Picture this. You build something beautiful, something that makes people believe again. You've taken a club from middle of the table obscurity and turned them into title contenders. You've played the most exciting football in England. You finished second, not once, not twice, but 3 times in a row. Once missing out by a single agonizing point. And yet, when you look in the mirror, all you see is empty hands. This is Mikel Arteta'S reality in 2026. The Emirates Stadium, which was bouncing with belief just months ago, now feels tense, nervous since the new year began. Arsenal have won just 3 games out of 8 Premier League games, and the dream that felt so alive in December is now slipping through their fingers like sand. The North London faithful are asking questions they never thought they would be asked. Is Arteta the man to finally break the curse, or is he destined to be remembered as the manager who came so close but could never finish the job? The pressure isn't just purely, it's suffocating. Let's be clear about something. Mikel Arteta has been nothing short of brilliant. I mean, when he came in December 2019, Arsenal were a mess, directionless, soft, and nowhere near the elite. He's transformed them into a machine. His playing style is mesmerizing. High press, positional domination, fullbacks inventing into midfields, and a relentless focus on ball retention. It's Pep Guardiola's philosophy with Arsenal twist. Aggressive, technical, and beautiful to watch. The numbers back it up. Under Arteta, Arsenal have finished second in the Premier League for 3 consecutive seasons. 3 times they knocked on the door, 3 times it has been slammed in their face. The 2022-2023 season was particularly brutal. They laid the table for most of the campaign before collapsing to upper, handing Manchester City the title. Then came 2023-2024, where they pushed City to the final day and lost by just 1 point, 1 single point between glory and heartbreak. In terms of trophy, Arteta's delivered 2 FA Cups and 2 Community Shields. Respectable, but not what Arsenal fans dreamt about. They want the Premier League. They want the Champions League. They want to be elite again, not just pretty good and not just average, but good. And that's the problem for all the progress, because every progress, for all tactical sophistication, there is still no major silverware to show for since those early FA Cup wins. So what's gone wrong in 2026? I mean, it has been 7 games and those were the nightmare. Since January 1st, Arsenal have looked like a shadow of themselves. 2 wins in 7 games. Let's talk about these 7 games. So it's the kind of form that gets managers sacked for most clubs. The goals have dried up. The defense, once rock solid, has looked shaky. I mean, it was soft as women's tits. Teams have figured out how to sit deep and frustrate Arsenal's intricate passing patterns. Injuries haven't helped. Bukayo Saka's hamstring issues have been recurring without him, and Arsenal lose a massive dunk of their creative threat. Martin Odegaard has been carrying a knock, and the midfield balance just hasn't been right. But here is the uncomfortable truth. Elite teams find a way to win even when the key players are missing. Manchester City do it, Liverpool do it, Arsenal not so much. The psychological factor is a huge, big player too. There is a weight on these players' shoulders now. They know they've bottled it before. Every drop point feels like history is repeating itself. You can see it in their face when they go down a goal, or there is, some hesitation, doubt creeping in. Arteta tried rotation formation, taking personal, but nothing is clicking. Meanwhile, Manchester City are just lurking behind them, just breathing on their necks and see if they can mess out. They're grinding out results with that cold, ruthless efficiency they're famous for. They've been here before. They know how to close out title races. And Arsenal, they're still learning. I mean, it's the 4th year and they can't allow themselves to be the second and 4 times in a row. But here is where it gets interesting. Arsenal are favorites to win the Champions League. Yes, you heard right. Despite their domestic struggles, they've been absolutely brilliant in Europe this season. They topped their group, they dispatched quality opposition, and they are playing with a freedom in the Champions League that's missing in the Premier League. They've beaten Bayern Munich. They've handed Bayern Munich. The only team which was unbeaten in the world was Bayern Munich. They handed it their loss. Why? Maybe because it's pressure. In the league, every game feels like life or death. In Europe, there's less history waiting down on them. Arsenal haven't won the Champions League since, well, never, but there is no expectation, no ghosts of the past failures. The players can express themselves. If Arteta delivers in the Champions League, everything will change. I mean, it will be Arsenal's first European Cup in the entire history. It will cement his legacy and silence every critic. But it's a big if. The knockout stages are brutal, and Arsenal have a habit of coming short when the stakes are highest. Still, if there is one competition where they might finally break through, this could be it. So here's the question tearing through Arsenal Twitter and the pubs around the Holloway Road and every supporters forum. If Arteta wins neither the Premier League nor the Champions League this season, should he stay? The fan base is split right now. One camp says absolutely he's built the foundation, he's got them competing at the highest level, and continuity is crucial. Give him time. Ferguson didn't win immediately either. The other camp is running out of patience. How many times can we finish second and call it a progress? They ask, at what point do we admit he's second as far as he can? Manchester City are breathing down on their necks. With all their experiences and their winning mentality that Arsenal and Arteta haven't quite developed yet. City know how to navigate the final weeks of a title race. They've done it repeatedly. Arsenal are still learning those lessons, and every season they fall short, the psychological scar tissue builds. If Arsenal ends this season with nothing, the pressure from above will be immense. Stan Kroenke has invested heavily. The squad is expensive and talented, and at some point almost isn't good enough anymore. But sacking Arteta feels reckless too. Who do you replace him with that's definitively better? The answer might come down to this. Can Arteta prove he's learned from the past outbreak? Can he navigate these final months without another collapse? Because right now, the beautiful project he has built is at crossroads. Win something, anything, and he is a hero. Come up short again, and the questions will become impossible to ignore.